engage with your people, be more involved with them, bring them into your story, and I think just a higher degree of eye contact intensity would remove this, because this is all about the phrase, and this is all about the phrase and the story and the storytellers. So try that one.
Everyone dreams of a storybook romance with ringing bells the moment they fall. This kind of love.
Okay, stop. If you didn't hear the difference in the sound, did you hear it? I know. I'm like goosebumps. That's wonderful. Wonderful. Okay.
Learn arm waving school.
Welcome to law school. That stands for Learn Arm Waving School. This video marks the 25th anniversary of law school's founding. The program was designed to support both aspiring and experienced directors at using nonverbal cues to express the poetry and the message of a song most effectively. The structure of law school is basically simple. Women all over Region 12 learn one song and come together on one day to sing it together and to try their hands at directing parts of it. For newbies, the first taste of directing is a thrill.
Out-of-body experience.
I know, but they were following you. Okay.
We get a rush from giving a good starting breath. We discover the power of the upturned palm. We even find we can communicate using other parts of our body. Of course, we do want to use our arms effectively.
When you go home and work this, because our time is up. Yes, that's great, but keep your cat paws.
Big cat.
I go as a singer because I love singing for all those people that stand in front of me. I appreciate the work that they do to make us better singers. And that's my reason for going, not to be a director.
As a singer in law school, I get to be one of the ones that's directed. And I get a chance to learn why it is that I respond in this particular way based on the way a director moves their hands. And it evokes a sound out of me.
When I ask the people at the beginning of the class why they're there, almost every one of them says they just want to understand more about what the director is doing, and this is a great place to start.
As a singer in a small chorus, I get the opportunity in law school to sing with a much larger chorus and to be surrounded by more than just my original 20 people in my chorus. I get to sing with 40, 50, or 60 people at a time, and that is such an amazing feeling to be surrounded by voices that I've never heard before as well.
What you find with these learning directors is they don't have a preconceived notion of what they want to do, so they're very comfortable with doing whatever they feel like and how they get their message across to the chorus, which is exciting as a singer because you're like, wow, that was different. Different timing, different rhythms, different ways to get across the same message. I really love it. I love going as a singer. Just love it.
In 1996, I was the director of musical activities for Region 12, pretty much what the education coordinator does today. But through my connection with other DMAs, I heard about this program that focused only on the physical directing skills that are needed. I thought it was a wonderful program. I brought it home to my steering committee, and law school was born. One of the first things we did was that we recruited Jan Gervais to be our faculty and our musical advisor. Jan has continued to be active in the program. We tried some hit and miss things at the very beginning, some of them kind of stupid, like we brought tape recordings of our choruses, and we directed those tape recordings. Well, it didn't matter what we did. It didn't matter if we waved our arms and made faces or whatever. The tape recordings just kept doing the same old thing. And of course, we realized that we needed to be directing real live singers. We also realized along the way that our arm wavers were at different levels of experience, and we needed to deal with that. In order to have the program grow, you have to have someone who will drive it. And we were so fortunate to have Fran LaPlante become our first dean of the law school. Under her guidance, leadership, and organizational skills, the program grew, evolved, and thrived.
I liked Judy's ideas so much that I agreed to be the first dean of law school. We had fun playing with those terms. Some of the things that I did as dean: I selected the song with input of the professors, of course. I found a place for us to meet. I put it on the calendar twice a year. I arranged for lunch. I got the word out to everyone, and any other organizational things that needed to be done. After being dean for a number of years, I stepped down and remained a happy participant for a long, long time. I'm delighted to say that this program is still a roaring success. And it's fun to see the reaction of people when you tell them that you're going to law school.
Faculty.
Let me introduce you to the faculty. I know it's corny, but because we call it law school, we entitled our coaches with the honorific professor. Jan Gervais has been with law school since its beginning. She coaches the frontline directors.
She opens up the sound, and then she's going to turn, and what are you going to do? Louder, 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 louder. Got it? Until she cuts you off. So don't
End of it up to, don't hold anything back.
So don't cut off when she turns, because she stumbles. That's not,
Yes, I do.
that's not the cutoff. That's right. That's right. Yay!
What were these other three beats?
Julie Starr also helped create law school way back when. She coaches seniors, juniors, and frontline directors.
So let's try it at another approach. Okay. So my romance, so you're wanting like the card turn? Maybe want you to do something different.
And then there's me. I joined a long time ago, not sure when, sometime in the early 2000s. I trade off coaching seniors, juniors, and frontline directors, along with Julie. I'm also the current dean.
It's only conversational in Italy and parts of France. And Russia. I've seen that anyway. Jersey. What is it doing?
Cindy Sharp also joined our faculty a long time ago. She usually coaches the sophomores.
Big.
Barb Vanderputtn was originally a student and then became a professor. She mostly works with the freshmen. This was a very brave and unusual freshman who wanted to try her hand at directing. Maybe it's because her name is Jamie Hand.
She got just her first stab at it, and we were speaking it, we hadn't started singing it yet. She ran around the room.
Nice.
Kathy Shield joined us in 2014 and has stayed with us ever since. She also works with the freshmen and even gets coached just for fun.
Do it here. After you get them past the technical entry, which is fine at the very beginning, I just want you to direct the emotion.
Let's talk about how law school works. We usually meet about twice a year, and for each workshop, we choose a different song, alternating between an uptune and a ballad. We send pre-registered students the music and the learning tracks ahead of time and encourage them to memorize the music so they can watch the directors during the workshop. Law school works best as an all-day event. We start with fun physical and vocal warm-ups, and everyone gets into the spirit right away. We take a short time to review the song in case singers haven't gotten off the paper. Then we break into small groups by level for about an hour. In this setting, students feel safe asking questions and experimenting with arm waving.
After the leveled groups, we come together on the risers for what we call public coaching. Someone who volunteered gets about 10 minutes to try out what she practiced in the small group. The coach who worked with her in the leveled session helps her during the public coaching.
Do that all the time. You've probably seen that. Yes. It doesn't work.
Our timekeeper signals the end of her turn by waving a rubber chicken, our mascot.
The coaches, Angela and Julie, they're just so gentle and so humorous, and they just put you at ease. It's so easy. You're not forced to get up and do it. You only do it if you really want to. It's just so helpful in so many ways.
They do have levels, and they do it it's like college, freshman, sophomore, junior, and they have grad school now. That was a recent addition. They call that grad school, and that's for frontline directors.
Our participants self-select into a level that feels comfortable for them, sometimes with the help of a professor and sometimes not. And they can stay in the level that's most comfortable for as long as they like. Our professors work with our arm wavers on everything from what are these things at the end of my arms to how do I do a fabulous crescendo and a cellorando while going through a key change.
Which one and what does it mean?
Yes, thank you.
Most of all, we want each student to feel safe. They know that under our gentle and occasional teasing, we accept and admire them. We cheer on every person who gets up in front and tries directing. For some, it's more nerve-wracking than singing a solo.
Seniors! Seniors are mostly assistant directors, sometimes section leaders, all of whom have the chance to direct their course or a portion of their course occasionally. These are the possible future directors or interim directors who want to develop their skills to a higher level. To give everyone a turn, we take just a portion of a song and work on a particular skill.
And so I would just work, I think primarily your issue is going to be communication. Through your eyes.
Yeah, I want to close my eyes and listen to you guys, put my head down and just go, oh yes, brilliant sound. And that's what I want to do. It's hard to fight to not do that. It just needs to go.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on in your hand. So what if you just tap the beginning of it and give them the end? See if that works.
Everyone dreams of a storybook romance with ringing bells.
She wants something special on ringing. Now we know. What does ringing bells sound like? Ringing bells. Yes.
Everyone dreams of a storybook romance with ringing bells the moment they fall.
Okay, go back and give me from Fall, Not a Sweet Adeline. Ringing bells. bells. Aces, do more.
Everyone dreams of a storybook romance with ringing bells the moment they fall.
Yeah, so much better. Right? It actually gave you someplace to go with your sound. Juniors are often assistant directors or section leaders, but sometimes just a very brave Molly member who wants to learn more about directing. Why, she may even aspire to be a director someday. Juniors usually have less experience in front of a group than seniors, and their skills sometimes need a bit more development. We usually focus on just 2 or 3 things they can do better, and always try to praise them for what they're already doing well.
And you can kind of look right over their heads, right at somebody's ear. If you're looking in people's eyes freaks you out, which it frequently does, just find another part of their body. Okay, just don't want to do that. It's way more expressive without the glasses. Yeah, I find it. Yes. All right, so try one more time.
Everyone dreams of a storybook romance with ringing bells the moment they fall.
Good. That was much better.
Constantly surprising refrain.
Where were the breaths in there?
I'm sorry.
Yes. Okay. But that was beautifully conducted. Just make sure that you maintain eye contact and give them the breaths very definitively where they're needed.
So you ready?
I did this.
Oh. It feels like this.
I did this.
There you go.
You got a hammer?
There you go.
Wow, that was miraculous.
Yeah. Look at that, let's stop at the same time.
How about that?
Start at the
That's
beginning.
how it's done.
Yes.
Once again, that fall, where you're hearing it. Yeah, so they're seeming to need some help with where that goes.
Okay.
Right? But the breath work is much better.
Everyone dreams of a storybook romance with ringing bells the moment they fall.
That move that your choreographers are always saying, throw your hands down and come up, it's that kind of feel there. And that'll keep you from rocking. Because the rocking is fine and when you're going through a melodic section that needs to move. But when you want statement, which these chords kind of want, right?
Wide awake, I can make my goals.
Yeah. So, and I saw you go, maybe I should make it longer. No, I'll cut it off. Just let it go.
Wide awake.
Yes!
Sophomore! We know not everybody wants to try arm waving down front, but what about those who are curious about it? That's where many of our freshmen and sophomores are. They all gain something from being in law school.
Still fall in love with you. Still fall in love. In love with you.
I've had the pleasure of coaching the sophomore level. Here we fine-tune the fundamentals, taking the pitch, giving a breathe, sing start, learning effective cutoffs and dynamics. We do this first through group instruction, then by individually directing a small group of singers. Students are then offered their first opportunity to direct the large chorus. Some may not be ready yet. When they are, it provides them a safe, positive place to experiment.
Just hold the sound.
Oh, just hold it.
Just hold the sound. Just hold it. And every once in a while.
Susan Ramage is a good example of a student who is able to polish her law skills, step off the chorus risers, and become the frontline director in their time of need.
Wide awake. I can make my most fantastic dreams come true. It's yellow. All right, so you have a yellow ball orb, a sound right here.
Okay.
What are you going to do with it?
Nurture it.
Yes.
Freshmen in particular always walk away wide-eyed and eager to learn more. Barb Vanderputtn and I often trade these coaching sessions with the freshmen, and at this level we're showing them the basics, like how to stand, how to direct to an ictus, and even some typical ways to call for the pitch. We show them some general directing movements so that they can kind of get a control of those fundamentals, and then they get to practice those movements by directing the rest of the class of 6 to 8 neophyte directors while the rest of them sing, and they trade off. It's much less intimidating directing a small group than directing the large group of 50 or 60 singers on the risers. In fact, this class has gotten so popular that there are often more than just 6 to 8 beginners.
Frontline directors.
23 frontline directors have more at stake than any other law school participant. After all, they're in front of their choruses every week, supposedly the expert. So it takes a particularly courageous frontline director to stand before a group of new singers working on new conducting skills and being coached on them. Sometimes during our sessions, we might work on music interpretation, song selection, but for the most part, we focus in on honing our nonverbal communication skills to better convey the story of the song and the emotions within that story. So this is where something happens.
Deep in the story.
We're deep. Okay, so my point. Something happens. Yeah, that's the middle.
What was happening is, where are we?
Okay.
Here we go. That's what was happening.
My romance doesn't need a castle rising in Spain.
That was it. That was fabulous.
I gave myself goosebumps.
I know. And you gave me goosebumps.
It's not the air conditioning.
Something happens. This is the middle. That was great. Okay.
Laura dance to a constantly surprising refrain.
So you did constantly surprising. Okay, good. That gives it a little bit of a vertical approach vocally, so we want a horizontal approach.
I'd love to do it this way.
Yeah, okay, I'm thinking if there was, it could be a constantly nice eval or something. You do it your way again, let's see if we can get it more synced up.
My romance doesn't need a castle rising in Spain, nor a dance to a constantly surprising refrain. Wide awake.
Stop. You see how together it was? That was great. Now, take your physical movements and make them a little more artistic. This is good. It got them together.
Yeah.
That's yeah. We got it together. Now, to me, this is not
On the constantly, sir?
constantly, sir. Yeah, we hack away. So if we can make it more the musicianship at a higher level from us, from the director, your body language, everything has to be musical. I guess that's a drum thing.
Came from marching band, so you know.
Okay, here we go. That was great, you guys.
My romance doesn't need a castle rising in Spain, nor a dance to a constantly surprising refrain. Wide awake, I can make my most fantastic dreams come true.
We mostly work with Jan Gervais, and she's a demanding taskmaster. She really, it's like you got to do it, and she's an emotional director looking for the director really doing the correct thing to evoke emotion from the singers, and it's not necessarily what feels right to you. And so she is, it's like, no, that's going to cause this. So do it and listen to the singers, and it does cause that, a flattening of the sound or cutting off or things like that, and she says, try this. And she'll work you, and you're doing it in front of a bunch of people, and it's an invaluable experience.
It's because I'm trying to not do this. So
Yes,
you're
you're
drinking a bottle.
So hard to go from a 120-member chorus to this. Really, really good. Are you right or left-handed? Right. I had to think about it.
Look, I direct both.
Right, well, just use your left hand. Just use your left hand. Hang on. I didn't see her go. And you gave her. Watch the hand.
My romance doesn't have to have a moon in the sky. My romance doesn't need a blue lagoon standing by.
Good. So much better. Dan, are we on your analytical brain? Okay.
One of the things that Monica's habits is, which is very interesting and characteristic of her, is that she'll do transitions this way, okay, with one hand coming up over the other hand, so she's very ambidextrous, right? But motions that come toward you are harder to read of exactly when it starts, right?
I'm hoping that the opposite hand helps.
So we're going to try some little different things to see, get more precise of exactly when you want that transition to happen.
And we're starting. Right after the word end, pick up to 25.
I don't know.
I need you when school days were over and walk through the lanes that we knew. If I had my life to live
Over, which would ordinarily say you wanted to come sound softer.
Instead of.
Right, is that what you wanted?
I
Okay.
don't want dynamic very often.
Okay.
Instead of this.
Yes. So play with that skill, and just watch yourself in the mirror a little bit, because this is it's a very interesting technique, and can work really well as long as they know where it starts. Okay.
Not every phrase has the same amount of energy. So, the lagoon standing by, number 1. Month of May, number 2. No, number 3. No, and number 4. But when you have all of them like that, there's no contrast and no sensitivity to this romance is fabulous because of this. It's because we don't have to have that. All we have to have is each other from now for the end of time. That's what this buildup is. So they don't have the same degree of energy. You have come a long way today. Would you guys agree?
Awesome.
Yes. And sometimes magic happens in the spaces in between the notes. Let's practice a little bit of sustained energy before the beginning of the chorus. So today you might learn the take the risk being still. Let the music be still. So good. Different from them all. Here you are.
First chord?
Sure. Can you take it there? All different or different? Help me out here. See, the minute you move, they're gonna breathe. You should have your mouth open and absolute like statues. Now the relaxation. Good, okay? See, when she holds that sustained energy, you're not breathing, you're not moving, you're like. And then when she goes for then everybody relaxes into it. It's a high degree of, really, that's a halo. Hardest. Go back to Everyone Dreams.
Everyone dreams of a storybook romance with ringing bells the moment they fall.
Tension, release. What?
This kind of love leads to much chance. My romance.
my gosh.
Cindy and I are having.
We're like, oh, that was so good.
Everyone dreams of a storybook romance with ringing bells the moment they fall. This kind of love leaves too much to chance. My romance is different from them all. My romance doesn't have to have a moon in the sky. My romance doesn't need a blue lagoon standing by. No month of May, no twinkling stars, no hideaway, no soft guitars. My romance doesn't need a castle rising in Spain, nor a dance to a constantly surprising refrain. Wide awake, I can make my most fantastic dreams come true. My romance doesn't need a single thing but you.
That nonverbal communication, we have to find it somewhere. And she has it in that face. Did you see that face? You knew the emotion, you knew the vowel.
I knew the dynamic.
Yeah, you knew the dynamics. So, more of you, your authentic Dale, you, the performer, the singer, with them, and less this.
I hope you enjoyed your tour of law school. If you'd like to learn more details, please feel free to contact any of us. We love talking about law school.
Tomorrow's another day. I hope and pray we'll be together. Tomorrow, this today will be a yesterday that's gone forever. So take my hand, my friend, I want to say, I'm glad we laughed and loved and sang together today. So take my hand, I want to say, I'm glad we laughed, I'm glad we loved, I'm glad we sang, oh how we sang today, how we sang today. Learn arm waving school.